Hey guys, hello. It's great to see you. I don't normally go live multiple days in a row, but actually, I thought this was probably the best way to get you guys information, especially about Omicron, as things are really changing every day. So let me know what you think about this format. It just might be easier to do it this way until things kind of settle down. I want to give you some updates for today. This is November 29th, 2021 updates, by the way, guys. A few things I wanted to touch on. As you see in the title of the video, we're going to talk about vaccines and boosters in particular. The CDC has a new update today that they have released that I think is really important for everyone to know. Also, I want to talk a little bit about politics and how basically the conspiracy theories around the Omicron variant are already starting to flourish, and we're already starting to see them. I've already done lives with you guys about this variant, warning you about conspiracy theories and stuff like that and whatever. So let's jump in right to the first topic. Okay, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, by the way. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, let's start with the CDC updates that we have for today. The CDC has basically changed its language around boosters. Okay. It's a slight change in language, but it really does mean a lot, and it may mean something different for you. So, let me tell you what they used to say, and let me tell you what they say now about boosters. And by the way, the relationship of this to Omicron is that the CDC, it's been said that in a sort of response to Omicron, the CDC has sort of changed this language, and this is one of the things we're doing. Okay. First of all, previous to today, the CDC recommended that those people over the age of 50 and those people that were 18 and above who lived in a long-term care facility should get a booster vaccine, and that other people who didn't fall into those categories may decide to get a booster. Okay. The big operative word here is the word may for everyone who doesn't fall into that category. By the way, that would, well, let's see here. I qualified for a booster because I was a healthcare worker. I was sort of in that category. So that doesn't make sense. But the point being is that everyone who say didn't fall into say a high risk category for boosters, this was what was recommended. The CDC is now saying that basically everyone over the age of 18 and above should be getting a booster vaccine. This is different. It's a little different because you may have felt like, oh, the booster, let me see. I'll think about when I want to get it. I don't know if I want to get a booster. I'll just give it a little bit more time, blah, blah, blah. Now the CDC is pushing even harder and recommending that everybody 18 and above should get a booster. Many of you guys have asked me details about when you are due for your booster. Let me go through that. If you got Pfizer or Moderna and you're 18 and above, 18 or above, and it's been at least 6 months since your primary series, since you got vaccine 1 and 2, you are due for a booster. Okay. If you got Johnson & Johnson vaccine, you are 18 and above, and it's been only 2 months since your booster, you qualify. Excuse me. And it's been 2 months since your dose. Okay. You qualify for a booster. Okay. That's pretty simple. If you got Pfizer or Moderna, you got both doses. It's been at least 6 months. You're 18 and above. Get your booster. If you got J&J, it's been at least 2 months. You're 18 and above. Get your booster. Remember, guys, we can mix and match now. So if you got Johnson & Johnson before, you may want to consider getting Pfizer or Moderna. If you got Pfizer and you want to get Moderna, you can do those things. Mixing and matching is okay. But understand that the CDC is now saying everybody 18 and above should get this booster. Guys, what this means for you all is, for those of you who are on the fence about the booster, and I know it's a number of you guys because you said, hey, I'm afraid of getting the booster. In fact, one of you recently wrote me and said, I'm afraid of the side effects of the booster. You know, I got through my first 2 vaccines. Somebody wrote me that, but they said, I'm afraid to get the booster. I'm afraid of the side effects. My feeling is that if you got through the first 2, if you got through the first Johnson & Johnson or whatever, you've already done it. You have already done it. So I'm telling you right now, you can get through the booster. I wouldn't wait, especially with Omicron. That's really what the point is here. Okay. Do not wait to get your booster. I wouldn't put it off any longer. I wouldn't delay it anymore. I wouldn't wait any longer. And trust me, like I said, if you've gotten the first 2 vaccines or the first J&J, you can get the booster and you'll be fine. I got the booster. I did a video on it and the side effects. I've talked multiple times about potential side effects of boosters. Maybe I'll post that tomorrow for you guys to see. I have that video. You can check that out. But keep that in mind. Don't be afraid of the booster. Now, this is for those of you who have not gotten vaccinated at all, by the way, please get vaccinated. Omicron, if nothing else was reason enough for you to get vaccinated, this variant should be. And remember, guys, Delta variant is still our main variant that we're seeing in the United States. We're still losing, what, 1,000 people a day, hundreds of people a day are dying every single day from COVID, the Delta variant, and our vaccines definitively work against them. Delta should be enough. COVID in and of itself should be enough for you to get vaccinated. And those are still good reasons. But if they aren't for some reason, make sure that Omicron is a reason that you get vaccinated. And guys, don't put off the booster, okay? I want to also address this idea in the news recently. There have been actually a number of, whether it's TV personalities or political pundits or what have you, arguing that the variants are political stunts, that the creation of variants are something that different political sides are doing, are creating, are manifesting to create political divide or for political gain. And let me say, that's not the case, okay? This is a virus. It's a form of a virus. It's not created by a political party. Please don't buy into the hype that this has to do with political divisiveness, because that's what we've been seeing all along through COVID. And honestly, it's divided us as a country and it's dividing the world, I think. We're better than that. We're bigger than that. And we all have to work together to fight this, especially now that we have Omicron. I'm seeing some of you, right, by the way, and I'm for those of you who are watching, and by the way, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. I'm so glad that you are here. I'm a practicing family physician. I'm an on-air health expert and video creator. I was in the office this evening. That's why I'm in my scrubs, but wanted to come to you live with a few updates. We will not take much longer this evening. Just a couple other things I wanted to say. Many of you have written me. In fact, one of you has just written, by the way, on YouTube that you have been ashamed that you haven't gotten the booster. Do not be ashamed. If any of you have been sort of putting off getting the booster or you've been afraid of it, do not be ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay. Okay. All that matters is that you get protected as soon as you can and that you kind of work through whatever is your concern. If you guys have questions about the boosters and potential side effects and things like that, I want you to ask me. I want you to take a look at the videos that I have. I want you to ask your doctors. I want you to talk to people who've already gotten the boosters. And trust me, if you're talking about your booster, that means you've gotten your primary series. That means you've already gotten it. I know if you've gotten that, you can get your booster. Guys, you can do it. And this reminds me, because I always say this, one of the best parts about these videos is you all. You all writing in the comments about your experiences always helps other people. So for those of you who've gotten your booster, please write in the comments that you have. Tell us about your experience. Let us know if you were worried or scared to get your booster, because you know what? There's someone else reading or watching right now that's going to benefit from that. Also, let me take a moment just to say that I've got my group called I Got the COVID Vaccine. I started that group just for people to hear about others who are getting the vaccine, getting their kids vaccinated, getting their boosters, so you can hear from other people, not just me. Make sure you check out the pinned comment on the live here on Facebook and then also on YouTube in the description of the video. Join the group. I'll accept you right afterwards so you can hear from other people. So don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Don't beat yourself up. Oh, and the other thing is, I've heard from a lot of you who've not gotten your vaccine, but you want to and you're afraid. And guys, it's okay. One thing I need you all to know is that I know, and we all know, that not everyone who has not gotten, okay, this is double negative. I don't know if this works. Let me try this another way. We know that people who haven't gotten the vaccine, it's not just because they haven't wanted to. I'm not sure how to say this the right way, and I think I'm tripping over my words, and I'm so sorry. Maybe y'all can help me with my grammar. What I'm trying to say is, I know, and many of you know, that there are people who haven't gotten the vaccine because they're afraid. They have a needle phobia. They had bad experience with vaccines before. They're concerned. They're worried. That's okay. I don't want you to carry fear or shame with you. And I know that it may be hard because we've been calling this a pandemic of the unvaccinated. I have to admit, I've said it too, right? And that has not been meant to shame people, but it's meant to say that those where COVID is traveling the fastest and the most furious in is those who are unvaccinated. It's really meant to be a factual statement, not a condescending one. So I did a video on some of the main reasons why people don't get vaccinated. And I talked about everything but just not wanting it or being anti-vax, because a lot of people who are not getting the vaccine, it's not because they're anti-vax, it's because maybe they're afraid. So I need you all to know that I hear you and I see you. And there's no shame here. The goal is that we just help each other. We help each other get vaccinated, that we help each other get through this. Okay. All right. Last thing. Told you this wasn't going to be a long one tonight. Okay. We talked about the political stunt. But back to Omicron, I'm going to leave with a few other details. As you guys have seen, these are updates as of 11/29/2021. I'm doing daily or often daily updates as much as we need to get through this. We have seen even overnight that there have been multiple countries that have gotten increases in Omicron cases literally overnight. This variant is traveling like it's going it's going all over the place. It is highly transmissible, or at least it seems to be that way. That seems to be the language of all the experts who are talking about it. It seems to be the case, and that we're seeing all sorts of countries with cases. I think that we're going to see even more cases. We still have yet to know whether our vaccines work, how well the vaccines work against it, how severe people with this variant are how severely sick they're getting, if they're being hospitalized, etc. Right now, it just seems that it's spreading quickly. The question, though, is it bad? Do our vaccines work, etc.? So these are still questions that we have to answer. I'm going to keep updating you as long. And look, I'm doing this because I do this every day myself as a doctor. I have to look this up to know because it's my job. I have to tell my patients, and we talk about it in the office. So I figure, well, if I'm talking to them about it, let me talk to you about it. So there we go. Those are the main updates for the day. I think the biggest take-home point for you guys is get your booster. Don't delay anymore, as long as it's been 6 months after Moderna or Pfizer, or if it's been 2 months after J&J and you are 18 and above. Go ahead and get that. You can mix and match. Join my group called I Got the COVID Vaccine. You can check that out either in the pinned comment on Facebook or in the description on YouTube, so you can learn more about getting the vaccine. Guys, make sure you are wearing your mask, that you're using hand hygiene, that you are being judicious, all this good stuff. We're going to learn more about Omicron. Omicron. Why do I not say this? My first video was like, Omicron. I mean, like, can you help a sister out? Anyway, stay safe. Tomorrow I will post. I do, for those of you, by the way, who are new, I do daily. Sorry, my nose runs. I'm cold. Whenever the temperature, like, it's like freezing in my apartment right now. Whenever I'm cold, my nose runs. So I'm sorry. I do daily videos and all sorts of health stuff, including obviously COVID. But I sort of pick up the pace when there's breaking news, which is what's happening right now, so that we can get through this all in one piece. It helps me, and I'm hoping it helps you. Let me know if you've gotten vaccinated. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what country you're from and what's happening on the ground. If you've not liked and followed my page, please do. For those of you on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel so you can get my updates. I love you guys. You're amazing. Stay strong. Don't be afraid. We're not going to be panicked. We're just going to be judicious. We're going to follow the science. We're going to get vaccinated, right? Okay, we're done. I love you guys.